You're listening to KCHW 102.7 FM, Northern Lights Public Radio.
KCHW headlines. I'm Chuck Ritchie. Alaska's legislature has passed a resolution urging President Trump to reverse course and keep the name of North America's tallest peak as Denali rather than change it to Mount McKinley. The lawmaker said Denali is the name of a great importance to Alaska Native and all Alaskans. The 20,000-foot mountain can be seen on clear days for hundreds of miles. Washington State is suing to block Trump's executive order banning funding for gender-affirming care for young people. Oregon and Minnesota have also joined the lawsuit to immediately block the order from taking effect. State Attorney General Nick Brown says it's unconstitutional. Democratic Senators Maria Cantwell and Patty Murray are worried about the Trump administration's federal hiring freeze and how it might mess up national parks. They've joined 19 other senators, warning they're especially concerned about the cancellation of seasonal job offers. They say a lack of seasonal staff could lead to closed visitor centers, canceled tours, and slower emergency response times during the busy summer season. In our last story, Washington courts are plodding through a historic effort to vacate hundreds of thousands of illegal drug convictions. The state Supreme Court ruled in 2021 that the state's drug possession law was unconstitutional. The ruling made hundreds of thousands of past convictions eligible to be wiped from a person's criminal record, and any financial costs from the conviction eligible for a refund. But less than one-fifth of eligible cases have been vacated so far. You can check out our KCHW Radio Facebook page for more details on these stories. And for KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on a Tuesday, and the most important thing you need to know about today is she's back.
I'm back.
All right, beautiful sister Val coming in live from Deer Park this morning. Thanks so much, Val. You were gone for a couple weeks, and if you're watching on the video today, Val's sporting some new glasses. Why is that, Val?
Because the cataract surgery made it so I can see distances like beautiful, crisp, lovely, and then you get about 3 feet away from me and I can't see anything.
Yeah, you don't realize when you go through that cataract surgery that you're going to lose maybe your close-up reading if that's something you had with your glasses. Or
Yeah, and because of my previous LASIK surgery, I didn't need glasses for close-up. And so, I could whip them off for that. But so now I'm kind of in the opposite position and just kind of getting used to that. And I'm hoping it'll clear up a little bit so, that mid-range vision isn't so bad, because they don't even give you an eye test till like a month out. But yeah, right now I'm just like, oh, this is an adjustment, and yeah, it's hard to get used to. Now, you can get the cataract surgery or the new lenses where you don't need reading glasses or anything, but that's $4,000 an eye, and I didn't happen to have that laying around.
Yeah, my eye ain't worth $4,000.
No, not $4,000 an eye. Now, if it'd been $4,000 altogether, I might have tried to scrape that up, but no, it'll be fine.
Spending.
I'm just adjusting.
So I have a friend. Get this horror story. So be sure you know what you sign up with, and for those that might be retired on Social Security, the Medicare ones that you get for free are really okay, but they will upsell you like you're trying to buy a car. I got this all from a friend. So he says he wants the free Medicaid ones, right? Medicare ones. So he goes in for the surgery. And while he's laying there, of course, they usually dope you up with some Valium or something. The doctor comes over and wants a credit card for him to pay. And he says, I'm getting the free ones. And she says, well, that's not what I ordered you. And he says, well, I want the free ones. and she's trying to get him to give a credit card while he's laying on the table. And he says, no, I'm not doing that right now. They actually perform the eye surgery, and they put $7,000 lenses in his eyes.
Wow, I'd be suing.
Yeah, he is. So they immediately tried to, get him to pay, and he said no, and he's got the proof that's not what he ordered. Came back in for the second eye, and they put a regular one in that wasn't $7,000. So now he's all messed up. He's got one $7,000 eye and one, poor person eye.
And I mean, I hope that most optical surgeons aren't unethical like that. I mean, I signed the contract for what I was getting in the office the day I said I wanted to do the cataract surgery, paid at that time, because I did get one eye that was a little bit more expensive just because of my stigmatism. So one eye was $17, the other was free. But I mean, all that was signed in advance in the office. All the forms where you have to initial this and initial that and give your signature. So for you to do that as he's on the table, I mean, for one, I didn't carry my credit card with me into the operating room.
Yeah. Who does that?
That was horrible. Oh, she needs to lose her license.
Yeah. Was that a good job? Do you want a good job or a bad job? All right.
Yeah, exactly. That's horrible.
You should have showed up this morning with 2 patches over your both eyes.
The bug eye looking patches.
Yeah.
I did find something that has been a game changer because I just tried to use the readers. And like I said, that mid-range vision is not there. And so I found progressive reading glasses, and at least I can, kind of function that way. So that's been kind of nice.
All right. Well, the eyes have it. Let's get rolling this morning. A little bit of weather for you. Finally experiencing some winter time in Chihuahua. 26 for a high today. Sunny, and they're calling it very cold, but it's not. Okay. Tonight, though, it will be. Partly cloudy skies all the way down to 3. That might be your coldest temperature so far this year. Now for your Wednesday, 25 and 5. Thursday, 30 and 21. Cloudy skies. Clouds move back in. That'll bring some snow for Friday. 35 and 20 for the high and low. Just a 30% chance of snow. Up to 55 for this coming Saturday. 33 and 28 for your high and low. And Sunday right now, 38 and 32 with snow showers likely. Here comes winter. Right at the end of February. Enjoy.
We had -10 last night.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a little chilly. Our biggest problem is keeping the dog in because he wants to be outside all night long, regardless of the temperature. And so, I mean, he'll be laying in the middle of a snowbank at 10 degrees. The cold just doesn't bother him, but it's like, we can't let you stay out all night when it's -10, you stupid dog.
Wow.
So yeah, he woke up Brad a couple different times wanting to go out, and we're like, no, lay down, you're staying in the house. So
yeah, it's 10:33 Eastern time right here where I am, and today -10.
Ooh, for a high?
Yeah, it's -9 right now. Maybe we'll get to 0 today. But
oh wow.
Yeah, yesterday was the first time I went to the store. Yesterday was the first time I went outside in 3 days. Serious. It's like, yeah, I ain't even doing this.
That's about like us too. I think all we've done since, I don't know, Sunday maybe is watch movies.
There you go.
So
there you go. All right, weather and your ski report, which is coming up, made possible by a donation from 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort on the slopes today. All right, no new snow in the past 12 hours, 1 inch in the past 72, and you got some fresh snow coming, like we said. At the base, the depth is 51 inches, up at the top all the way to 140. Very light winds today. Temperatures at the base, 2 degrees. It's warmer at the summit, 6, and clear skies. All right, your weather report and your ski report made possible by a donation from 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort. Thank you guys very much for that. Keeping us broadcasting here at Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW 102.7. Your time to help out. It is our spring It is our spring membership drive. And on our Facebook page, on our website, we've got links where you can get a membership. Start out at $20. They go all the way up to $102.70 for a gold membership. And they come with benefits. If you get a basic membership, you get discounts to our shows. Same deal with a business level or gold membership. But that comes along with some on-air thank yous and some banners for those businesses on the website. If you can help us out, please do it. KCHW.org or NorthernLightsPublicRadio.com. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. That means we can accept charitable donations and give you a tax deduction. So if you're getting sponsorships or even a membership, anything you do with KCHW MoneyWise is considered a donation and a tax write-off for you. So if you got way too much cash, we can help you out with that. And we always need stuff in public radio. So there you go.
Just you guys are so altruistic. I can help, got too much money? We can help you.
Yes. It's not a problem like you think it is. All right, let's keep moving this morning. What the kids are eating for breakfast and lunch on this Tuesday. Looks like we are getting a breakfast parfait, granola, or fruit and juice as well, I should say. And then for lunch today, it's tacos, rice, and fruit and vegetables. There you go. It's kids getting for breakfast and lunch. And on to the events calendar. It is Tuesday. That means it is Chewilla Library Story Time. That happens for the kids between 10:30 and 11:30. And if you like to knit, that takes place with your friends at the Chewilla Center for the Arts from 2 to 4 today. Sit and knit. All right. Real quick, don't forget Food Bank on Thursday. Also free diapers on Thursday for those in need. And some specials coming up this weekend. If you go to the Chewilla Chamber of Commerce website and click on their calendar, you can get all the details. There's a Valentine's Day, 2 Valentine's Day dinners going on I said Saturday, but I mean Friday because that's Valentine's Day. All right. Nothing on Saturday, so you can recoup.
You can go back to hating each other then.
That's right. All right. So a couple dinner opportunities for you on Friday. Check those out on your calendar there on the Chewilla Chamber of Commerce website. That gets us through the events on the community calendar. Let's do a couple news headlines. This is from Yahoo. They call it the Yodel. Hamas said yesterday that the scheduled release of Israeli hostages this Saturday will be postponed until further notice and accused Israel of violating the terms of the fragile ceasefire. Oh, man, I was hoping that was going to work. All right.
I wasn't holding my breath.
All right. A group alleges Israel has delayed the return of displaced Gazans, preventing aid from entering Gaza and continuing to strike the Strip. Israel denounced the pause and instructed its military to be ready for any possible scenario. President Trump issued an ultimatum yesterday saying that if all the hostages aren't freed on Saturday under the ceasefire agreement, then I would say cancel it and all bets are off and let hell break out. Nice.
Nothing like promoting World War III.
Yes. Trump has angered leaders in the region after saying the U.S. should take over Gaza, and yesterday he threatened to withhold aid from Egypt and Jordan if they don't take in displaced Palestinians. He's set to meet with Jordan's king today. Let's move on. Trump announced a new 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports, regardless of the country they come from. He also said he'll consider tariffs on other products, including cars and pharmaceuticals, in the weeks ahead. The pharmaceutical one's scary for a lot of people because if we hit one with China, look for your drugs to get much more expensive. After 22 attorney generals sued a U.S. district judge, temporarily blocked the White House plan to cut funding for medical centers and other research institutions. It's official. Gulf of Mexico is now named the Gulf of America. Yep, Google Maps.
You might have an ego the size of the Grand Canyon.
If you start renaming planet landmarks. All right, Gulf, it's been changed on Google Maps, so you know it's real.
Well, I was hearing in the news that started before we came on that they were talking about Mount Denali and the Alaskans, imploring him not to change the name of that mountain. So, really interesting.
All right. Let's see. L.A. Lakers new star, Luke Doncic, if I'm saying that right, debuted to a roaring crowd in last night's game against Utah Jazz, where he dropped 14 points to help the Lakers win 132 to 113. He says, "I was just happy to be on the court again." And in other sports news, on the court, the Sixers look to turn around a 3-game losing streak when they host the Raptors at 7 p.m. Eastern on NBA League Pass tonight. And dog lovers, catch the Best in Show winner of the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show starting at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports. That's right, Foxes went to the dogs. But you knew that already, didn't you?
We knew that already. Good morning, Ken. I was afraid Ken wasn't going to show up this morning because I forgot to remind him yesterday that we were going to be back on.
That you were back.
So,
he doesn't care about the rest of us, just you.
Just me. No, he likes you and me together in the show we do.
Okay. It is our big, just so you know, it is our big Valentine's Day special today. We're going to have tons of Valentine's stuff in just moments.
We show girls love on Valentine's Day, and they let us blow stuff up on the 4th of July.
It's true. It's true. All right, just a couple more news headlines. There was something really important, but I'm scrolling back up, and I can't find it. So it must not have been that important. All right, Trump made another call for the U.S. Mint to stop making pennies, which he correctly says cost more than 1 cent to produce. Problem is, what are we going to do with all those nickels?
So we're going to have to are we going to round up or round down?
I don't know. Yeah, it leaves a lot of questions that they haven't figured out yet, but I'm sure Elon Musk will. Elon Musk reportedly offered $97.4 billion to purchase OpenAI. Then Sam Altman of OpenAI turned around and said, "No, thank you, but I'll give you $9 billion for Twitter." Or X, as he says it.
Oh, I love it. Talking about being a little cheeky.
Yeah. Since, of course, Musk purchased it for $44 billion a couple of years ago. It has went downhill in value, that's for sure.
And then lost like half of the members, I think.
Mm-hmm. All right. Super Bowl. Did you watch it, Val?
Sorta. I mean, we had every intention of watching it until the Kansas City Chiefs were getting spanked pretty badly. So then we kind of only half watched it as we doom scrolled on Facebook.
So, did you see the clip of Taylor Swift getting booed?
I didn't see it live, but I've heard about it.
That's just, I guess because she's so popular and she's so rich, she has divided people as well. But that was so cruel. I mean, I don't hate her or love her one way or another, but just watching her poor face when they showed her on the Jumbotron and people started booing. I mean, you could hear couple people cheering, but it was overwhelmingly boos.
Well, and it was like, is it because she supported the Chiefs? Was it Eagles fans booing her? Was she being booed because of her political stance? Was she being booed for
being
some
a billionaire?
Other reason?
Just for being rich, because
that's
the new thing. Hate the rich.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just not sure exactly what the boos were for, but yeah, it's and I found it interesting, and maybe that's why they only showed her a couple times.
Yeah. Now you experienced this. You experienced the same thing at one of your parties, didn't you?
Yeah, I get booed, and I didn't know if it was my singing or the fact that I'm just so good looking, or what it was that made them boo me. So.
Gosh, that's horrible. I'm gonna beat him up for you, Val. All right, that's it for news. Let's move along this morning and go on to Bits and Breaks, where Val has a few insults. Would you like to kick it off with your first joke this morning, Val?
Sure. Scott once got the perfect Valentine's Day present for one of his wives. It was a calendar with an apology for every day of the year. It's like, I'm sorry I'm going to forget Valentine's Day. I'm sorry I'm going to forget your birthday. I'm sorry I'm going to forget your anniversary.
I love calendars with leap years. I get it an extra one. All right. I have some rejected Valentine's Day cards that I made. You ready?
Okay.
These are poems.
It just didn't go over well?
Just didn't go over well at all, Val. Okay? All right. Have to get in the mood. All right. I will love you through life and even through death. But one thing I will always hate is your stinky morning breath. If you want to try that on your wife on Friday, I can get that to you. All right. As we travel the
You can post it online for them. So they can see it.
Read this. Say this to your wife first thing. As we travel the winding road of life, I have come to realize there's no way I want you as my wife.
But it was too late.
This is my favorite one. Cupid drew an arrow and made a little notch. He aimed a little low, and he hit me in the... Just rhyme it, okay?
Just fill in the blank.
Yeah. All right, and Val has, you said these are signs that I'm single?
Yeah,
That's
sign
horrible.
Scott is single. The only text he received in the last week is from Verizon telling him his bill is due.
It's true.
His phone and TV remote have their own side of the bed.
Lots of space.
You know Scott is single because he finished Netflix.
That's right. Nothing left to watch.
It takes 2 weeks for his dishwasher to be full.
It does.
Another sign that Scott is single. The last time he dressed up was for a Zoom meeting, and even then, it was just the top half of him, like today.
Yeah. Woo! I'm surprising myself.
You know, he's single because his cat is the only one that has access to all of his passwords.
It's true.
Oh, this one is true also. He's fluent in Klingon.
I am.
Oh, and the absolute biggest sign that Scott is single, he has a mullet.
Wow, Val. Sister, bring it on, the love. All right. 4 things you didn't know yesterday, Val. Or yesterday either, okay?
Yesterday?
Yeah. Freshwater lakes, some of those the size of the Great Lakes, are buried under 2 or more miles of ice in Antarctica. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Due to gravitational effects, Val, you weigh slightly less when the moon is directly overhead.
Ooh, that's the only time I'm weighing myself from now on.
That's why I walk all night long. The word listen contains the same letters as the word silent. Yep, something I'd never done. All right. It would take 1,200,000 mosquitoes, each sucking once, to completely drain the average human of blood. That's why this weekend I will be locking myself in with 2 million mosquitoes. Which is pretty easy. It's only like 1 square block in Maine in the summer.
Well, and it's just sucking once. I'm sure they suck more than once.
Yeah. All right.
We've got a couple messages on Facebook. Ken said that when I was booed, it was Halloween and everyone was booed.
Ken, oh my gosh. Huh.
And Matt says that Scott's advent calendar has a picture of each ex-wife for the last 2 weeks leading up to Valentine's Day. Good one, Matt.
Was that my nephew Matt or that other guy we went to school with the P?
The other guy.
The other guy. Yeah, I figured it was. All right. I have something fun before we go into all our Valentine's Day stuff. Can I play?
Let's do it.
All right, this is my big Valentine's Day montage. Everything you need to know about love from Scott.
It's Valentine's Day, and we are pleasing our ladies.
Yeah.
A girl stole my heart.
Don't you want a woman who's romantic?
No!
You're making Valentine's. We had a deal. 1 store-bought card, 1 rose.
Well, not anymore.
You know, I've loved you since the first moment you laid eyes on me.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
I love Lamp.
So tell me you love me. Please, 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 please. Tell me. Oh, tell me.
I will love you always. I will love you as my queen and as the wife of my best friend. And while you live, I will love no other.
You got to do something on Valentine's Day. It's one of those sucker punch holidays.
I don't go out on Valentine's Day.
We show girls love on Valentine's Day, and they let us blow stuff up on the 4th of July.
And he's so cute. He has beautiful blue eyes, nice pink lips, greasy hair. I love it.
The way this show makes you fall in love with absolutely everyone involved is pretty much unmatched.
Yep.
I think I'm going to be seasick.
Here, try one of these.
What are they?
Rainbow drops. Suck 'em and you can spit in 7 different colors.
Candyman and posse mixes it with love and makes the world taste good.
Loved! You never loved anybody but yourself.
True.
Any man who says he totally understands women is a fool.
Happy Valentine's Day!
There you go.
A little montage for you.
A little Valentine's Day montage. You know, last weekend was one of those weekends where it's really popular to break up.
Right,
Yeah,
before Valentine's Day.
So you don't have to worry about Valentine's Day. Val, can you think of the worst possible breakup song ever?
Just the one that pops right into my mind is Another One Bites the Dust. That's yours. Another one's gone, and another one's gone. Another one bites the dust.
Hey, you better get one too. Another one bites the dust. All right, let's go back and forth on these, Val. It is a Valentine's Day myths for men. All right, this is from askmen.com. First myth, guys. It's okay to skip Valentine's Day.
No.
She might realize it's a hyped-up holiday, but that won't let you off the hook. She'll see her friends going on dates, getting flowers, and you will be in the doghouse. There you go.
I guess I'm not the typical woman. I don't care whether you're Valentine's Day, Hallmark holiday. I don't care.
Oh.
If you don't let me know you love me every day of the year, then what's Valentine's Day? Nothing.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Myth number 2, you have to celebrate on February 14th. No one says you have to celebrate on the same day as everyone else. Instead, pick a day to plan your date and declare that day your own personal Valentine's Day. Places will be less crowded, and she may enjoy mixing it up a bit.
Chuck says they get more excited about February 15th when him and Laura go to the store and get all the discount Valentine candy.
Exactly. We used to do that too. It's like let's go out a couple days before, a couple days after, just because you don't have to deal with the crowds or anything like that. So,
all right, myth number 3: you're trying to save money and she knows it, so it's okay to skip Valentine's Day. Again, no. Don't plan an expensive date, but do surprise her with an inexpensive but thoughtful activity. This is a great opportunity to earn brownie points, especially if you cut out little flowers and make a trail going all the way to the bedroom.
Myth number 4: you've only been dating a few months, so it's not necessary to celebrate. False. You can't ignore it, and you'll royally screw up if you do. Instead, don't plan anything romantic. Think of a fun activity, anything to get you laughing. A funny card and inexpensive bouquet will go miles.
All right, myth number 5: you must do dinner on Valentine's Day. Why not mix it up? Try a couple's massage. Look for an old-fashioned roller skating rink in your city, or go into an Irish pub instead. Do you know what? I told this joke last week. You know what every good Irishman never leaves home without?
What?
A potential liver donor.
Oh, jeez.
All right, you could go to an Irish pub. Dinner is okay, and you can't go wrong with it, but it's still a bit unoriginal.
Well, I would think, do celebrate St. Patty's Day by going to your Irish pub in February, and then go to a Valentine's thing on St. Patty's Day, and then you go different ways.
All right, whatever you do today, do not listen to Val.
No, don't. Just don't. All right, myth number 6: you need to spend lots of money on a gift. False. It's the thought that counts the most on Valentine's Day. Get her a small gift with lots of meaning. Meaning, if you're starting to get serious, buy her a robe to keep at your place.
And don't forget, you can cut out flowers and make a trail going all the way to the bedroom. I'm going to do it just to amuse myself. I'll come
The
around.
cat appreciates it.
Yeah, I'll come around the corner and see the flowers. For me.
Well, it's a nice change of pace from leaving a trail of cat treats so the cat will come sleep with you.
For me. It still doesn't work. All right, myth. Did we do that? Yeah, we did. All right, we made it all the way through the 6 myths of Valentine's Day. All right, so it kind of has to do with love, so a few things on dating, all right? Biggest I'm out moment you've had on a date. We'll go back and forth on these as well. First one, she showed me 2 pictures of her exes and asked where I would rank myself.
Oh.
Ow. Ow.
How about when the first date turned out to be an Amway recruitment meeting?
Is this Amway? Nope. Is this Amway? Nope. And then at the end of it, they say, welcome to Amway. He said he was a bartender. We went to his apartment. He said he'd make me a drink, and then he put my drink in a different style glass than his. I took a single sip and noticed he was watching me very intensely, and I told him, try. This is so good. He didn't swallow.
Ooh, now that is scary.
That sounds like a roofie.
It does sound like a roofie.
Yeah. She quickly left.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
Yikes.
All right. Scary one. Woo.
He gave her my phone to put music on in the car and saw in the reflection of the passenger window she was going through my texts.
I love it. I love it. All right. This one says, when he told me I reminded him of his sister and then wouldn't stop talking about her.
Oh.
Val, just so you know, I'd never do that.
It's so funny. I heard there's that one radio show where they do, they call up somebody calls in and says they don't understand why the person they went on a date with won't call them back, or said they are and aren't going to. So they had one of those on, and the gal called in and said she had this great date with this guy, couldn't understand why he wouldn't get back to her. So they call him, and he says that the whole date she kept telling me how much I reminded her of her dad. Wow. He said, and she didn't say just once. She said it repeatedly throughout the night. And he's like, and I just kind of thought I'm out.
Okay.
So don't say she reminds you of your sister or your dad, I guess.
Wow. All right. Pick it up, a
all right.
Creepy vibe.
How about this one? It was the first date, and he brought his mom.
Well, she does have to approve of you.
Oh, wow.
All right, last one. He asked me to go to he asked me to go to a movie, then he pulled up in Crocs and PJs. Said we were going to go to his house instead of the theater. Then proceeded to tell me how he doesn't actually have his driver's license.
Oh, boy. Oh, what's that clip you have about I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe right here?
Yeah, this one.
I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe here.
Like when he wouldn't take a drink?
Yeah.
Of the drink he made for you? Yeah, I don't want to pass out.
I have a friend who told me recently her whole creepy story about thinking a guy tried to roofie her.
Ooh.
It was really creepy. Ew. And then he kept telling her that she was drunk. She's like, I'm not drunk. And because she'd taken a couple sips of the drink and then realized something wasn't right.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I don't even know where to get that stuff. Really?
Really?
Really? All right. Wacky first dates. Yes, all right. Hopefully this don't happen on Valentine's Day. This one says, I had a pretty high match percentage with this one woman. Her picture's pretty cute, so I clicked the profile. Nothing out of the ordinary at first. She seems cool. Then I get to the bottom of the profile where there is what can only be described as a disclaimer. It read something to the effect of, FYI, this account is operated by my dad. I do not have the password, and he will be the one checking it. You will have to meet with him one-on-one at least once before you get to meet me.
Wow.
I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe here.
That's not going to go well. All right.
Oh,
next, Val.
Wow. The next one, she right away wanted to change her Facebook status to us being together. The drinks hadn't even been served.
This is what I like to say when I meet a girl like that.
We'll do what we can when we can. At the moment, we're helpless. You might as well sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Crazy. That's when you run. Just get up and run.
No kidding.
All right, this one says, I went out to dinner with a guy I had only met quickly once before. At the end of dinner, he asked me if I like Dance Revolution. And I was like, sure, why not? He then proceeded to tell me that he's really good at it and wants to show me. So after dinner, he took me to an arcade where he spent the next 30 minutes breakdancing to Dance Revolution while I watched. He never asked me if I wanted to play, just watch him.
Wow.
After that, I was ready to go home. I never went out with him again.
Can't imagine why. I mean, every woman wants a good dancer.
Isn't that like a 4-year-old? Watch me! Watch me!
Yeah. Mom, watch this. Mom, watch this.
Watch this. All right.
All right. This person said I was 15 and was going to meet up with this girl for a movie and maybe some dinner. Then my mom dropped me off at the wrong theater. I wound up watching The Mighty Ducks 3 all by myself that night.
Oh. Mama taking you on a date?
He was only 15, didn't have his driver's license, I'm sure.
Okay. Uber. That's all I'm saying, Uber. This person says, I went to a wedding and the groom set me up with the bridesmaid. All was going well, and we moved outside on a beach under the stars. We were kissing. Then she suddenly stopped and says, what's your lifetime ambition? I told her that that was a pretty deep question. I hadn't thought about it, and she replied, okay, mine is to touch a whale. She got offended I didn't share her whale dream and walked back inside.
Okay, I'm hoping that the bridesmaid was a little bit drunk because I can see something like that coming up when you've had one too many margaritas. But
you don't like whales.
I just want to touch a whale just once.
Get away from me, you dirty fembot!
All right, next one, Val.
He showed up half an hour late, wearing sweatpants with stains all over them. I had been amusing myself by doing a crossword while waiting on this guy, and when he arrived, he sat down and pulled my crossword over to him. He looked at it for a moment and said, women who read are fine and all, but it isn't very attractive to show off.
Oh, wow. All right, next. On a date we grabbed...
Ken wants to know, how do you explain to your date that my mom lives with me? I don't live with her.
That's right. I'm helping her out.
That's right.
Of course, she does all the cooking and cleaning and does my laundry. All right. On a date we
Pays
grabbed...
the rent.
Yeah. Let's see. On a date we grabbed coffee. We went to the beach. He set his coffee cup down and it blew away, but not far. I said, oh no, your coffee cup blew away. He looked, shrugged, and said, I litter all the time. Yeah, like if I have a bag of McDonald's trash, I just whip it out the window. That's what prisoners are for.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Last one I think we have on this little topic. A childhood friend of mine asked me to go to dinner after we ran into each other at a party. I met her at a restaurant, and to my surprise, there was a middle-aged business-looking guy there as well. As soon as I sat down, both of them tried to recruit me to be part of one of those pyramid marketing schemes. After I declined and went home, I get texts regularly over the next month asking me what went wrong and why I didn't want to make all this easy money.
I got catfished with that. She wanted me to invest in her crypto coin.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Some horrible dates. Before we go into trivia, Val, have you heard about the new? This is on my list to talk about the new social media site that came out.
No, I haven't.
All right, it's called Phonebook. Okay. According to its creators who invented the network in their dorm room at Berkeley, Phonebook is a game changer that's going to leave Facebook, TikTok, and X in a cloud of dust. Danny Fruber, one of Phonebook's creators, says, with Phonebook, you have a book that lists all of your friends in the city, plus everyone else who lives there. When you want to chat with a friend, you look them up in Phonebook and find their unique Phonebook number. Then you enter that number into your phone, and it connects you directly to them. Another feature of Phonebook allows the user to arrange face-to-face meetings with his or her friends at restaurants, bars, and other places, as Fruber calls them. You will be sitting right across from your friend and seeing them in 3D. Did you get it? It's just a Phonebook.
Instead of joke.
Yes, it's the whole joke. So instead of using social media, just write down all your friends' names and numbers.
Oh, that's funny. I was like, why? And then you're like, okay, I get it now.
Get it? It's
just
a
joke.
I didn't say it would be a good joke.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right. We are going to roll out some trivia head-to-head, brother and sister. If you're on Facebook and want to help one of us when we get stumped, type the answer and we will cheat.
Okay.
It's our
so
Facebook version
you have
of
to give me a
Phone-a-Friend.
minute.
All right.
You'll have to give me a minute as I pull up. I'm assuming I'm doing today's trivia. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I figured you've been doing this long enough. I did not need to prompt you.
I'm scrolling. Okay, I'm here.
All right. Would you like to start off or receive, Val?
I will start.
Okay.
All right. Just by doing this, your body loses a half liter of water each day.
Half liter. Blowing your nose.
No.
So you're probably not spitting. It's just not enough to be going to the bathroom. And I'm going to lose a half liter of water doing this. It's got to be.
Yes.
It's got to be sweating like an oldie.
No. Not sweating profusely.
Can I have a hint?
This is going to be a good hint for you. We all do it every day, all day.
Tears?
No.
Just me then, right?
What's that?
We all do it all day, every day. And I said tears, and you said no, and I said just me then.
Yes, you then.
Just me and the tears. I'm gonna. Nobody on Facebook likes me. Okay, no answers there. It's not tears. It's not sweat. Is it my breath?
It is breathing.
Oh, moisture. I kind of like blowing your nose. It's only a half liter water a day.
I should have said you do it when you want to clean your glasses,
Oh, that would have been a great hint. All right, your first question, Val. According to the Federal Trade Commission, Floridians are more likely to be a victim of this than persons in any other state. South Dakotans are the least likely to be a victim of this. What are they victims of?
Living near a Trump Tower.
No.
Oh. So more likely to be, you said victims of this, right?
Yes, Federal Trade Commission, Floridians are more likely to be a victim of this than persons in any other state.
Let's go with some sort of fraud, where they're like a catfishing thing, or they're tricked into giving money or something like that.
You're so close, but not quite there.
A victim of theft?
I'm going to go ahead and take it because you're dancing around it. Identity theft is what we were looking for,
okay.
but you pretty much covered
All right.
it. All right. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
The average one of these, I would never think this, so this is going to be a hard one to get, I think. The average one of these lasts 2 to 3 seconds. And keep it clean.
That's just Brad. Sneeze.
No.
Average one of these 2 to 3. Yawn?
No. I want to give you a hint, but it's so, I mean, you would never in a million years think this. And so I'm trying to figure out how to give you a hint that doesn't completely give it away.
Ken was right on the last one. I didn't see it. It came in late. He posted breathing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. What can I? Some of it scares you.
Some of it scares me. Read the question again.
The average one of these lasts 2 to 3 seconds.
Some of it scares you. I have no idea. That's way out there.
A human dream.
Ooh, good one.
A dream only lasts 2 to 3 seconds?
No.
How come it feels like you've been doing it all night long sometimes? You know, you have one of those dreams that just, you feel like you've been for hours.
I don't know if I believe that one. I think that's fake news, Val.
God, it feels like it.
According to the National Restaurant Association, Val, Valentine's Day is the second most popular day of the year to dine out. What day is first?
Mother's Day.
Good job. All right.
All right. You'll do this 12 times this week.
12 times this week. It's Tuesday. Do this 12 times. Go outside?
No.
Can I have a hint?
I'm going to give you a hint that should be a ballpark for you. I mean, should just be able to knock it out of the ballpark with this hint. This would be really low for a politician.
Lie?
Yes.
All right, this is another tough one, Val. Average person will spend 3 weeks of life doing this, and it involves your arms.
3 weeks of their life clapping?
No. That's good, though. You're on the right track.
I'm on the right track.
But clapping
waiting.
is just your hands. I'm looking for something that involves
For
the entire arm. The entire arm.
3 weeks of your life doing something that involves the entire arm. Trying to think what you do with your entire arm.
Arms. Needs both. You have to have both your arms.
Hugging.
Yeah, there you go. Good job.
Wow, thanks for leading me to that one.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Anything else?
All right. I have an answer wrong and win.
Oh, my favorite. Okay. Ready.
All right. First one. What do hockey players wear on their feet?
On their feet? The other player's hands.
Good one. The Washington Monument commemorates which U.S. president?
That would be Trump, at least according to him.
According to him.
He actually just put a picture, he colored a picture of himself and put it over the face.
I wouldn't doubt that that's going to be something he wants to do before the end of his term. I think my name, because he wanted his face on the Mount Rushmore, or the governor of South Dakota thought his face should be on Mount Rushmore or something. Okay.
I think it is. Right next to the other foreheads, there's a big crack.
a big empty space.
Yeah.
To staple two pieces of paper together, you need to use what tool?
Liquid nails.
It's always my first choice, too.
Yes. I've got a tooth that's totally held in by liquid nails. I Call it my chicklet.
A ferry is used to transport people across what?
A what?
Across what?
A what? A what is used to transport?
A ferry.
Okay. Is used to transport people across.
People across what?
The room. If they're big enough.
That's a big room. We're getting all sorts of answers from Ken this morning.
He's all over it?
He's all over it, and we're just not fast enough to look to see what he's saying. All right. Which land animal is famous for having a large hump?
Trump. No, I wish it was me, but it's not.
Oh, goodness. That's all I have.
All right. I don't know what Ken's doing, but all it says is go blind. All right. On that note, we shall.
Oh, he must think. Oh, with your arms, he was thinking. Does it say scratching? I can't read. I think it's scratching.
Oh, yeah. he did have a guess on the moisture one. It was brain fart. Does moisture come out when that happens? I don't know. All right.
Oh, boy.
It's time for break. Thank our sponsors, and then we will come right back. We've got some good stuff today, odd news, birthdays, and more, but you have to stay right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7, and we will be right back.
We show girls love on Valentine's Day, and they let us blow stuff up on the 4th of July.
Yeah!
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together out of spit and polish.
It's 8:17.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChihuahuaFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, February the 11th, 2025. I'm Mike Clifford. President Donald Trump Monday imposed a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports into the U.S. with no exceptions or exemptions. That from CNN. They report although the U.S. gets most of its steel from Canada, Brazil, and Mexico, the tariffs are largely indirectly aimed at China. America imports very little steel directly from China, by far the world's largest producer of steel. A Trump administration official said the new tariffs on steel, though holding at 25%, were designed to eliminate loopholes and numerous exemptions that have led some importers to game the system. And a January survey of Montanans shows a large majority support workers' rights, even as several bills that could impact them move through the state's legislature.
The bipartisan firm Rabo Research asked roughly 500 Montanans their thoughts on labor and found that 72% think that unions help rather than hurt Montana's economy. John Davis is a partner at the firm and says that support was even stronger across more specific questions.
When we had asked a question about changing laws that would weaken employment protections, so examples being safe work environments, wages, benefits, 80% of respondents said they do not support efforts to reduce those protections.
91% said that Montana's workers should be able to join a union if they choose to, and 87% said they'd be less likely to support a legislator that voted to weaken workers' rights. I'm Kathleen Shannon.
Meantime, President Trump is threatening to dismantle the Department of Education, and armed guards prevented Democratic leaders from entering the agency last week.
After introducing a resolution condemning attempts to defund public education, Oregon Congresswoman Suzanne Bonamici was denied access to the U.S. Department of Education last Friday. Bonamici, along with other Democratic lawmakers, was trying to meet with the agency's acting director, but was blocked by armed officers. Bonamici says federal funding is crucial to maintaining Oregon's Title I schools, special ed, and other programs.
I'm going to fight the privatization of public education. I'm going to fight cuts to public education, and I'm definitely going to fight the proposed elimination of the Department of Education.
Trump cannot legally abolish the Department of Education on his own, and he is unlikely to have the votes needed in Congress. He is, however, expected to release an executive order to gradually close down the agency. Trump has already ordered the Education Department to make it easier for families to use public funds to pay for private or charter schools. Bonamici says voucher dollars from these programs largely go to families that already attend private schools. She adds that vouchers are meaningless to people in rural communities.
To say to those families, okay, we're going to take away some of your public school dollars. Here's a voucher you can use to go to another school. There's no other school in many of those areas.
For Public News Service, I'm Isabel Charlet.
This is Public News Service. Next to Indianapolis, where overdose deaths are surging, hitting black men born between 1951 and 1970 the hardest.
Data shows deaths among this group are nearly 3 times the city's rate and almost 10 times the national rate. Hoosier Nate Rush started battling addiction with marijuana when he was 12 years old. By 17, he turned to heroin. 30 years later, and in recovery, Rush trains peer specialists and supports black men facing similar struggles.
A lot of people that are 50 to 70 count themselves out. There's always hope. You might have been to the penitentiary 10 times. It still don't mean that you are that. Hope is so powerful.
Rush is former executive director of the now closed Bethlehem House in Indianapolis. This story was produced with original reporting from Darian Benson and Mary Claire Malloy for Mirror Indy.
And a new study by the Rural Health Research Center at the University of Minnesota reveals that medical debt in rural Minnesota has an impact far beyond the bills many patients struggle to pay.
Center co-director Carrie Henning-Smith says it isn't simply an issue of healthcare facilities passing along big bills to patients who must then shoulder the burden.
This is really an issue that impacts individual patients, whole communities, and healthcare facilities. And I think smaller rural facilities that have a more tenuous bottom line are some of the most impacted.
Henning says the matter is exacerbated by underinsurance and insufficient coverage from insurance companies, including Medicare and Medicaid. She adds that financial strain can lead to hospital closures, which in turn harms the local economy and reduces access to care. The story was produced with original reporting from Liz Carey for the Daily Yonder. For Public News Service, I'm Mark Richardson.
And finally, some Ohio lawmakers are advocating for surveillance cameras at highway rest stops, aiming to enhance safety and curb human trafficking.
A previous effort, House Bill 473, would have allocated funding for the initiative, but the bill failed to advance. Representative Lauren McNally says there's a strong case for revisiting the proposal, especially in the Toledo area, which is one of the #1 places in the country for human trafficking.
Anything to curb that trend, we're always looking at from a legal perspective at the State House and from a police perspective. But it also does more than that. Like when we talk to the Turnpike Association, they've actually been able to solve and stop crimes.
Still, concerns about privacy have led some to oppose the effort. The ACLU of Ohio has voiced objections, arguing the bill could set a precedent for broader government surveillance. Farah Siddiqui reporting.
This is Mike Clifford from Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on great radio stations on your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
And that means we're back. It's KCHW Chihuahua, 102.7 FM Northern Lights Public Radio. Part 2 of your KCHW Morning Show with Scott and my beautiful sister Val, back from a couple weeks of eye surgery. That took a long time.
It did. One thing I had to say, and anybody who has had cataract surgery, the worst part of it is the drops you have to put in every 4 hours while you're awake, because they sting so bad. It's wild, yeah. So that's been the worst part.
I had one that maybe was a little irritating, but I didn't think it was bad, but hard to remember every 4 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've got it on my phone, and that's what was going off a little while ago while we were doing our show, is my reminder that it was time for drops. But yeah. But anyway, so it's that, and of course not being able to see really well right now, but yeah, the drops are like, oh no, I got to do drops again.
For somebody that might be going in for the surgery and is scared of it, though, it's really easy, isn't it?
No, yeah. And they had me all IV'd up in case I needed some happy juice. And I never did. I mean, but I had LASIK surgery and I wore contacts for a good part of my life. So, just being used to stuff like that really, maybe it was why.
Plus, anytime you go out, you always juice up first.
I should have just said yes, just
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah,
I'll have some. It's like being at a party and they're going, "Would you like a drink?" Oh, sure, I'll have one.
I heard it was a 2 IV minimum.
Does my cover charge cover this?
All righty then. Let's start off this morning, this part 2 with celebrity birthdays. And Val, will you roll those out?
Now, the first one is just going to blow your mind.
I know.
It really is. Tina Louise, who is Ginger on Gilligan's Island, 91 today.
Ginger, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, we were little kids when we watched that show.
I suppose, but man, that just kind of blows my mind.
So my chances with Marianne might be a little better now, though.
Carrie Lowell, who plays a district assistant district attorney. I can't talk. Jamie Ross on Law and Order is 64.
I have no idea what she said, but it was it was great. Yeah,
I stumbled through that whole thing. And if you really care, let me know. I'll say it again.
Okay.
Sheryl Crow is 63 today. Politician, reality TV star Sarah Palin is 61. Jennifer Aniston, 56 today. That's kind of crazy too, but she's still younger than us. So, singer actor Brandy is 46. Matthew Lawrence, who played in Brotherly Love and Mrs. Doubtfire, is 45 today. Kelly Rowland, who was in Destiny's Child, is 44. Natalie Dormer from Game of Thrones, 43 today. And finally, Taylor Lautner, who played Jacob Black in the Twilight Saga, is 33.
He kind of disappeared, didn't he?
He did kind of, yeah.
On to history, we call it It Happened Today. We'll start off in 1941, where the very first gold record was presented for the song, The Chattanooga Choo-Choo. Went out to Glenn Miller Orchestra and Dorothy Dandridge. She must have done some writing on that. Woo! All right, all the way from 1941 to 1990, Nelson Mandela, political prisoner for 27 years, freed from Victor Verster Prison outside Cape Town, South Africa, 1990. All right. 2006, yeah, U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney accidentally shot Harry Whittington in the face while the two were hunting together. Wow. Ouch. Ouch. All right. There was a story on the news yesterday. Some people were at a skeet shooting club, and somebody turned with a gun and shot his wife, like, right in the face. I can't remember her name, but she's an actress. Oh, did I lose you? Yep, you're muted. You muted yourself.
I'm sorry. I had to cough, and
Okay.
so I muted myself, and then I forgot to unmute myself. But I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, and she's got several little pellet holes on her face. She said she sees fine, but one went behind her eye, and they don't want to take it
wow.
out. But she said she sees fine. But yeah, crazy scary. Be careful with those guns.
Scary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Singer Whitney Houston was found unconscious in Suite 434 at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, 2012, and 2020 coronavirus. Yay. That was like the worst history ever. Let's try special events with Val.
Well, I'm going to make you happy on this one. It is Super Chicken Wing Day.
Woohoo!
Not just Chicken Wing Day, but Super Chicken Wing Day.
That makes me say, peacock!
You know those genetically modified chickens? So you can have this Super Chicken Wing Day.
Super chicken.
Oh.
All right.
All right. It is, I'm guessing maybe this was from Sunday. It's Autism Sunday.
Okay.
Get out your guitar day. Do you have one to get out?
I do. So I've always wanted to play guitar. Bad fingers. Can't play guitar. So I found a beautiful one, and made out of it's solid wood. I think it's oak, and I bought it and hung it on the wall.
Nice.
To remind myself every day that I will never play guitar.
The guitar. Now Jet plays the guitar though, right?
He does.
Yeah. Tell him to get out his guitar today.
So, yep, he's got several of them, and since I can't play, but I even went and bought an amp and a cord, so when Jet comes over, he can play my guitar. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, keep going.
All right, it is Grandmother Achievement Day.
So, like when you're old enough and you finally become a grandma, but you really didn't have to do anything to do that.
Exactly. Well, maybe it's just like, showing that older women can make achievements too.
Okay.
I don't know. All right. Because I did a grandmother achievement thing yesterday, and I baked bread, because that seems like a grandmother thing to do, doesn't it?
It does.
All right. It is International Day of Women and Girls in Science.
Ooh.
This is a good one. Don't cry over spilled milk day.
And when you know what happens when your milk gets spilt, Val?
Don't cry. That's all I know.
No.
Put that cookie down now!
Yeah.
Gosh, we've got a lot of them. National Guitar Day.
Okay.
Oh, here's one for Scott. It's Man Day.
Ooh, manly men in the full bloom of their manhood all day.
Yeah. All day today.
Yeah.
It's Latte Day, Inventors Day, Make a Friend Day, Peppermint Patty Day, Shut-In Visitation Day, Pro Sports Wives Day. Oh.
Can we go back to shut-in visitation day? Would somebody come see me, please?
Yeah, come see him. Dress warmly, come see him.
Yeah. -10.
And the Pro Sports Wives Day cracks me up.
I wish I was a pro sport wife.
Me too. World Marriage Day, and finally, White Shirt Day.
Woo, woo, because nothing says you're clean like a bright white shirt.
With sweat stains.
With sweat stains. Number of the day is 77, and that's the percentage of men who say their current wardrobe needs a makeover. 77% of us dress horribly. Not me. I look great everywhere.
Every day, everywhere.
Yeah. All right, going on to some news and nuggets, a few news stories from the lighter side. Let's start off with that penny stuff. Donald Trump says we're done with the penny, but how will that work? Countries that have eliminated their lowest denomination coins like the penny typically follow a phased approach to minimize disruption.
So we're definitely not doing that.
Governments first stopped minting the coin, as seen in Canada in 2012, Australia in 1992. Cash transactions are rounded to the nearest 5 cents using Swedish rounding. That means you have to say it funny. This ensures smooth transitions without affecting electronic transactions, which continue to record prices to the nearest cent. For example, Canada implemented the rounding system when it phased out its penny. In some cases, like Australia, the coin remains legal tender indefinitely, allowing people to use or deposit them until they naturally phase out of circulation. That's right, you will still be able to go to the bank with 10,000 pennies.
And they've been doing this since 92. Are the people still have pennies?
No. Governments often run campaigns to educate the public and retailers about rounding rules and encourage acceptance of changes. Canada and New Zealand both emphasize public education during their transition. Val, you've got 2 cents. Is that 0 or 5?
Well, I thought with the rounding system, it would, if you're rounding the Swedish way, what you would round down. If it's under 3, I don't know. How do you do that? Round up? I don't know.
I just wanted to hear you get confused.
I know. I would think if it was 2 cents, you would round down.
What is Swedish rounding?
Well, I just thought it would be, because it used to be that you rounded, if it was an even number, you rounded down. If it was an odd number, or maybe odd number, you round up, even number, you round down. I don't know.
Okay. See how confusing this could be?
Yeah, especially as dumb as we are here in the United States.
All right, it says existing coins are gradually withdrawn from circulation through banks and retailers and are eventually melted down for recycling. All right. Are you looking up Swedish rounding?
I am. The Swedish rounding system rounds amounts to the nearest whole unit when the minimum unit of account is smaller than the smallest denomination of currency. Do you understand that?
Sounds like it's written by a scientist.
Yeah, it's rounded to the nearest whole unit, but is that to the nearest nickel then?
Well, if that would be the nearest whole unit, so yeah, rounded to the nearest.
So to the nearest nickel. So then again, you might be rounding down or rounding up. I don't know.
All right. All I know is this when it comes to rounding.
Never give up. Never surrender.
It says in Sweden, the 1 and 2 are coins. Hold on. The Swedish rounding system is used in New Zealand, where the prices ending in 1 to 4 cents are rounded down, and prices ending in 6 to 9 cents are rounded up. Interesting. Well, I would say we're going to be just as confused when it goes into effect.
All right. I got another Valentine's story, Val, and I want you to read it. It involves a bouquet.
Yeah, that's right. Valentine's Day falls on Friday this year. Hint to you husbands and boyfriends if you didn't know that. So there's some extra pressure to keep things special for the whole weekend. Flowers wilt, chocolates melt, teddy bears stare back. Lucky for all of you romantics, Hickory Farms has Valentine's Day boxes of meat to give your loved one. There's so much that could be said about that, but I won't say it.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
There's another little statement down there that I think needs to be said.
I'm going to keep going, but I was laughing too much at the last one. Sadly, it appears Hickory Farms has done away with its salami bouquet. In years past, the bouquet was $49 and included 3 types of dry salamis, an original one, a 3-pepper flavor, and a truffle one.
So anything qualifies as a Valentine's gift. I'm taking it.
I'm taking it.
Look what I got you for Valentine's Day.
I so wish this wasn't. I so wish this wasn't a rated G telecast.
It's all right. It's all right, pal. You'll get by. All right. Even as we sleep, our brains are still hard at work processing and going over the events of our lives. Nighttime brain activity often manifests itself as dreams, and every now and again, we all experience the occasional bad dream. If you're ever woken up from a particularly odd nightmare and wondered if anyone else has experienced something similar, you're in luck. A recent survey has compiled a list of the most common nightmares. The most common scary dream, the terrifying vision that we're all falling, 64%. The leader, the falling dream. All right. After that, dreaming of being chased. I get that one a lot.
I do too.
That came in second. Most common nightmare, followed by dreams of dying. 54. Never had that one. Feeling lost, maybe once in a while, 53%, and feeling trapped at 42%.
I'm trying to think of, it's more like being in a situation where you realize you don't remember your combination, you can't find the key, more situations like that, which would indicate you're feeling vulnerable or, lost or something. But yeah, that's interesting.
I have the one about being chased all the time, and it's all three of my ex-wives. And
all together,
and they're wanting money because I didn't have any.
I feel like if I'm being chased, it's usually by zombies or something like that.
Yep, that's mine, zombie.
Maybe that indicates the type of shows I watch, but but yeah, it's usually some viral entity that is taking over the world. So,
all right, so how do you die from boredom, Val?
A study says the more bored you are, the more likely you are to die early. Researchers analyzed over 7,500 interviews with British civil servants between the ages of 35 and 55 that asked whether they'd felt bored at work. They found that those who said they were very bored were 2.5 times more likely to have died of a heart condition than those who reported no boredom. The researchers point out that this may not be a direct link, and that when they adjusted for other factors like physical activity and employment grade, the effect was reduced.
Oh, okay.
So that just indicates that if you don't have anything to do, you should be playing solitaire at work because you don't want to be bored.
That's right. You could die.
That's right. I'm just preventing my own death.
Researchers and descendants of Jack the Ripper's victims are calling for an inquest to formally hold Aaron Kosmonsky responsible for the notorious serial killer's crimes. Kosmonsky, a Polish immigrant who died in 1919, was a prime suspect in 5 murders that took place in 1888, but was never charged. New DNA evidence published in the Journal of Forensic Sciences shows a 100% match between DNA found on a shawl from one of the crime scenes and a DNA sample provided by one of Kosmonsky's living relatives. While some experts have questioned the validity of the findings, descendants of the victims are pushing for further investigation to make the identification official. Legal team preparing to call for an inquest which could finally bring closure and justice to all the descendants. Wow.
How does it bring justice, though? It's not like he's gonna,
pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Pick one, Val.
Anyone but the next one?
Sure. You can pick that one too. I don't care.
Jeff Bezos' fiance, I guess, shared a cryptic message. Lauren Sanchez recently shared a message hinting at a challenge she's faced. In a Monday Instagram post, the fiance of billionaire Jeff Bezos urged followers to spread their wings despite life's turbulence. The helicopter pilot who obtained her license in 2016 and launched an aerial filming company expressed joy in returning to the skies and wrote on Instagram, "Some years start with turbulence, but that's just the wind reminding you to spread your wings. Good to be back in the air. Here's to flying farther than we ever imagined."
Yeah.
I don't know how cryptic that was. I think I got sucked in by the headlines.
I think it was nothing. A whole story of nothing.
It was a whole big story of nothing.
Nothing. All right, moving along before we get to odd news on TV tonight. Kitchen Nightmares. New. Gordon tries to revamp King's Blue Jam Cafe in Houston, a cafe specializing in all things breakfast, brunch, and lunch. And then The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep. Set in the Witcher universe, this new animated film finds Geralt of Rivia in the middle of a war between humans and mere people when he investigates assaults on a seaside village. Anya Charlotte reprises her role as Yennefer of Vengerberg. Yennefer with a Y. Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Right. Well, it's, before they started using the hard J, instead of Jennifer, it's Yennefer. Have you watched any of that series?
I have not.
We did. I think there's 2 seasons out, another coming or another just released. But my problem is, especially since you watch so many shows in between, that you almost feel like you have to start at the beginning and watch the 2 previous seasons to remember, what's happening this season.
Get all caught up. Yeah.
So.
All right, let's see. Superhero movies are back. For the longest time, it seemed like we were getting a new superhero movie every month, and we're all sick of it. But just in case you're not sick of it, here come 4 more. First up, Captain America Brave New World, Sam Wilson. Anthony Mackie confronts an international crisis involving President Theodore Ross, who's been replaced by Harrison Ford, and uncovers a global conspiracy. Look for it Friday. There you go. That's the perfect Valentine's. Captain America. I love it.
Me too.
Who's taking
No,
me?
honestly, that
Yeah.
that would be a great date for me. I would love that. I would love to go see it.
And I think it's awesome we're going to have a Captain America of color.
Yes.
So, very
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
All right. Thunderbolts, government-sponsored team of anti-heroes, including Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh, and Bucky Barnes, Sebastian Stan, tackle missions too dark for traditional heroes. It's coming May 2nd. Thunderbolts.
Now, wasn't Bucky like originally he was the buddy of Captain America?
That's right. Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and I think even like in the first one, he was brought in kind of Bucky Barnes was his buddy, and then he became a dark.
And then he became good again, so it's all really
and
confusing.
then he became
All right. Under my category, if it didn't need to happen again, another Superman movie entitled just Superman. James Gunn reboot introduces David Crossensweet as Clark Kent, balancing heroism with personal struggles against Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, and it lands in theaters on July 11th. Gunn promised he's not going to redo the beginning. Where Superman comes in the thing, crash lands on Earth, grows up, Smallville, all that stupid. He says he's skipping all of it. Thank you, because for some reason, these directors think nobody knows the story of Superman, and they need to show it again for every movie, and it gets ridiculous. And, Superman.
The ones that I no longer even care about would be Superman and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been done to death.
And we've never gotten a good Superman movie. We really haven't.
No.
I mean, a really good wow. No.
And it's even getting to the point with Batman, because they do the same with Batman, his whole, is the death of his parents and all of that, where you're feeling like, I don't know if I even need another Batman movie. I think what wrecked me for it was when Patterson played Batman, because it was so bad.
Yes.
And so dark. And I think that kind of wrecked the whole Batman franchise for me.
Yeah, and I'd read a thing about him being like a smelly actor. Where people,
really?
Yeah, that doesn't bathe quite as often. And I noticed during the entire movie, it looked like his hair had never been washed.
Yes. And
so, I think that's the real
and
him.
I'm not saying there have been some good Batman movies. I liked Ben Affleck as Batman. But I guess I'm just feeling unless they come up with something totally new, I feel like Batman's been done to death too.
Yeah. All right, I don't think it never made it to the theaters. I don't even think it ever made it on TV, but our second entrance into It Doesn't Need to Happen, Fantastic Four, First Steps, coming out July 25th. Again, a movie that didn't need to happen. First version of Fantastic Four to the movies was done by Roger Corman in the 90s. The horror movie guy that did the cheesy, cheap horror movies. He did one. It's really bad. You can see it on YouTube. Then we had early 2000s. We had Fantastic Four, and then Fantastic Four Silver Surfer. So we kind of know the story of them, too. Do we really need Fantastic Four First Steps? All right, but you do have some, you've got four superhero movies coming out this summer. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and guess that they're all going to flop.
Well, I hope Captain America doesn't.
I do too. I think that one might be just do okay because it's a uniqueness. And then the only thing that is going to save Fantastic Four is Pedro.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his last name now, the lead actor. He's huge. Mandalorian, that HBO scary one about the fungus people. I think he'll save that movie.
Was that The Last Stand, or what was that one called?
No, it's something about something. Then it has us in there, but we're
The Last of Us.
Yeah, there you go. Where they're turning into mushrooms instead of zombies. Always fun.
And that was the one the way they started that movie, it was the one kind of zombie thing where you're like, oh my gosh, could really happen, because it was a fungi instead of some sort of virus.
Yep.
And how they started it out that, they can't, right now, fungus can't live in the heat of a human body, but because of global warming and stuff, they adapt and can live in warmer environments, and that's when they take over. It was a good series if you're looking kind of like for the non-traditional zombie series.
Season 2, I think next month. No, April. Season 2 coming out for that show.
Awesome.
So excited for that. Good show.
Yeah, and I feel like, the Marvel series, at least, they kind of take off on, after they kind of are sequential, and that this happened after that. So you might have, several Iron Men, but it's not retelling the same story over and over.
Sure.
And so, yeah, I'm partial to the Marvel franchise, I guess.
All right. I think we've beaten up the superheroes enough, and it took two of us to do it, but we're done. And here we go to wrap up the show.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we love our odd news. We always kick it off with the news attack where the first sentence is true, second sentence, bad joke. All right, here we go. Val kicks it off.
All right, a man in Serbia was arrested after biting off part of his waiter's finger. Sometimes the appetizers just don't quite hit the spot.
Chewy. Could I get these fingers deboned next time?
Yeah. There's not a lot of meat on them.
Yeah, I like them cooked till the meat falls right off the finger. Wow. All right. Researchers found the brains of mothers become larger right after childbirth. They also grow eyes in the back of their heads.
The tax deadline is about 2 months away. All right, time for everyone's favorite sport, trying to find the most creative ways to turn personal expenses into business deductions. Can I claim my dog as an office security system?
Yes, you may.
Good.
But you have to put a shock collar on them or something electronic, and then it'll work.
Oh, okay.
All right. Cities in Europe and China have built senior playgrounds for elderly people to get gentle exercises. And now, Grandpa, let Mr. Davis have a turn on that teeter-totter. I'm up, and I can't get down.
I want to see the wheelchair races or the walker races.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man, we have a pile-up coming around corner 3.
Oh,
sorry.
Goodness. We're so bad.
You're picturing it, though, at home, right? All right.
Valentine's Day is coming up fast. Okay, I'm going big this year. I'm going to let my sweetheart be in charge of the remote control all day long.
Go, Brad. Wow. All right. According to a report, the number of death row prison inmates over the age of 60 is growing. The aging population is really changing prison life. Most popular drug to smuggle into prison now, Metamucil. Why are so many old people getting in jail?
I don't know. I think they were in jail and they're growing old.
Well, us 80s kids were kind of rowdy.
Yeah. According to a report, the number of, we already read that, death row prison inmates over the age of 60 is growing larger. The last big prison riot was over whether to schedule the big jailbreak before or after the Antiques Roadshow.
Okay, thanks.
But we all know it had to be before 8 o'clock at night.
That's right. A woman in the UK had her dog as a bridesmaid in her wedding. Not only will a canine bridesmaid catch the bouquet, but she'll bring it back to you and jump up and down till you throw it again. Happy dogs. All right, on to wacky but true. Don't forget these are on the cheat sheet, Val. We don't add anything to these except sound effects from movies and television shows. And Val, you were up first.
All right, police in Colombia say a man stole a pork line from a grocery store, by stuffing it in his pants and running out the store without paying. The thief actually has not been caught.
Really? You couldn't see somebody like running away from the store, kind of awkwardly, bow-leggedly?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? I bet he's got steak
You wouldn't
in his
think it'd be
pants.
very fast.
No. All right, here's our sound effect.
Oh, wait a second, please don't go.
4 combos, extra bacon on the side, 2
No,
chili cheese samplers, a basket of liver and onion rings, a catch of the day, and a steak cut in the shape of a trout.
I see they've omitted the pork loin with lime jello.
But this greasy, nasty pork, do you realize that there's a gene in your DNA that routes this straight to your fat cells and it causes all sorts of unsightly conditions?
Don't mess with me, pork chop.
It's Parker Pig.
The name's Porky Pig.
Doesn't taste like pig sausage to me.
What does it taste like?
Tastes like pork.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
This is the best thing I have ever put in my mouth.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you should have seen how I got it out of the grocery store. On to Florida we go. Couple's romantic moment was interrupted by police in Clearwater, Florida, after they were caught fooling around in broad daylight in front of a busy highway and a Wendy's.
To all beep. Oh, no, that's...
Val. Demetria Wilson, age 53, and a much younger man, Tamario Merrill, age 29, were spotted by an officer laying on the ground behind a bus stop, partially clothed. Couple was charged with performing an unnatural and lascivious, how do you say it? I've never done one. Lascivious act? Yeah.
I'm trying to... Yeah. Okay, maybe.
And both have pleaded not guilty to the misdemeanor charge. Well, at least it was just a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
Do you know what they said afterwards, Val?
What?
Happy Valentine's Day.
I figured that's all I needed for that story.
They're celebrating early.
Yes, and you're up next.
A factory worker in China was so desperate to get a day off to play cards with friends, he tried to fake his arrest by taking a photo with a policeman. After calling his boss to say he'd been arrested, the man walked into the local police station intending to snap a selfie with an officer to show his boss. He was promptly refused.
Oh! You sit on a throne of lies.
She will never find out. That's the point of lying.
So all of it was a lie?
Well, yeah. No, wait. Oh, yeah, it all was a lie.
Your lies bounce off me like ping pong balls.
Quiet! I can't hear myself lie!
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, a guy in the UK banned for life from his favorite corner bakery. At least once a week, the guy'd return after taking a bite out of one of the baked goods and complaining it was stale. The baked goods were always made overnight, and he has been banned for life.
86th from a bakery.
Yes. No donuts for you.
Hey, you're stealing food? Well, how could you? I thought you were my friend. I trusted you.
It's cool, man. Chili and donuts ain't working out for me no how.
You buttered your bread, now sleep in it.
I didn't have to wait in line at the bakery on Sunday mornings anymore for fresh bread.
You baked today. I can smell fresh bread on you.
Quiet! I can't hear myself lie!
You baked today? I can smell fresh bread on you?
Brad's never used that line on me.
It was so romantic, too. I'm surprised.
No.
You baked today. I can smell fresh bread on you. Okay. Get myself excited.
In Brazil, 2 women sweet-talked their way into a men's prison, drugged the guards with spiked whiskey, and freed a few prisoners. The guards woke up naked and handcuffed.
And? Okay, let's check it out.
It's one of Scott's typical Valentine's
You know, this is all
days.
very silly. You can't escape. What chance have you got handcuffed to me?
Keep that question for your husband when you get one.
Now just look at that dog. Sound asleep with his post when he's supposed to be guarding us chickens.
What is important is that my guards perform their duties incompetently.
I started to read, and then I woke up naked at the zoo.
What's the problem? And what'd you say? You said something about me at the end of that. I cut you off.
I said, that's a typical Valentine's Day for you.
I wish.
Naked and handcuffed.
It's like my Valentine's dream.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Scotty's on fire. Not really. I think somebody put me out. All right. That's as bad as it's going to get, and we'll call it good for this day. Thanks so much for being here this morning, Val. Big round of applause, and glad you recovered from your surgeries.
Yes, yes.
All right. The eyes have it now, yes?
I've heard that a few times just from Ken.
Go, Ken. All right, let's see. It is a Tuesday. That means tonight on the radio, it's jazz music. 3 hours of jazz music starting at 6 o'clock with the one and only, of course, Dr. Jazz. Get it? All right, following Dr. Jazz, some soul music, a couple hours of that with the Soul Show. Those shows come up each Tuesday night. And don't forget, every night at 6, different genres of music right here on Northern Lights Public Radio, because we are the music education station. That's right.
We are.
Tomorrow on the radio, find out everything that's happening in Chewewa and Stevens County with a visit with Chuck Ritchie, Sharon, and Paula, all on your KCHW morning show. And other than that, we just want Val to say something cool.
Oh, be kind to one another today. I'm going to try really hard. Really, really, really hard. So hopefully you don't have to try that hard.
You're going to try that hard to be kind.
Some days, some days.
Never give up. Never surrender.
That's how hard it is for her to try. All right. Have a great day. Keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. Say goodbye, Val.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We show girls love on Valentine's Day, and they let us blow stuff up on the 4th of July.
9:01.
Your KCHW morning show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information,